So it is very, very important as a product person that you should fall for like solving a problem, and not as a product manager, right? We wear multiple hats. It's not like, oh, this is the role which is defined and this is what you planning to move from like dev role or the UX design role to a product manager. You need to understand what product is, right? What product manager is, right? You need to understand what are the challenges they're facing, what is they are doing.
That software development skill is going to help that person in any way in product management.
You get to earn very well as a product manager.
Yeah, like on an average, you can. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. And today we have a very special guest with us, Priya.
Hi.
And in this video, we're gonna talk about roadmap to product management and Priya's life journey as a product manager so far. So let's get started with a quick intro, Priya.
Sure. So thank you, Vanshika, first of all, and very excited to be here.
My name is Priya and I'm a product lead at JP Morgan.
So my journey as a product manager started when I ran my startup. I started my own company from scratch, building the product, and the name of my startup was propergy.com. And the whole vision of that particular startup was helping buyer provide unbiased information so that they can make an informed decision. We started with the ideation journey of building that product, and we went into building a MVP, which is a minimum viable product. Helps any product before you launch on a grand scale to know whether there is a product market fit, where for your particular product customer is willing to pay it, and very importantly whether the customer is liking or loving your product. So it is very, very important as a product person that you should fall for like solving a problem and not attached to a particular solution. So that is how I started my journey, and then that led me to my current job where I'm a part of a product lead here in India, and I run multiple products and manage a large number of people here.
That's amazing. The journey is really inspiring, Priya. So the question which arises in the mind when we listen to the word product management is like, what exactly the product management is? Like, what are the roles and responsibility of a product manager?
So I would say like product manager, as a product manager, right? We wear multiple hats. It's not like, oh, this is the role which is defined and this is what you plan to do as a product manager. So when I get up as a product manager on any mornings, right? Sometimes I'm like, oh, my product did not work. The customer is raising some issues. So I might be wearing that hat of like resolving the production issues, working with the developer team, putting a patch outside. So you really have to do a lot of multiple tasks. Next day could be like I'm working on a roadmap. I'm working with senior leadership, defining what would be the roadmap, what features we need to add, what would be the strategy, how do we make sure that we make a strategy which is aligned to our vision. Then other day I would be just like working with the design team on the mock-ups. And then few could be like I'm very close to release of my feature. So I'm making sure that the products which we are putting in the market has it's been tested first properly, and secondly it has all the features which will really impact our customers or add value to our clients, right? This is very, very important as a product person, that once you launch a product, you need to understand whether that product is really bringing value to your clients. Is it really solving their pain point? And what is the feedback they're giving for your product, and how you can put that in your backlog? You have a continuous improvement to your product. So I would say lots of hats every day, and I don't know what hat I'll be wearing when I get up in the morning.
And there's still a confusion among people, like what is project manager and what is product manager?
Yes. So I think both. So first of all, both plays a very important role, project management as well as the product management. But there is a clear distinction and definition of different roles. Product person or product manager is very client facing role, right? You are building a product. You are first defining the problem, you are understanding the problem pain point of the customer, and then you are working with the design team or the development team to deliver that product. And then you're also taking the feedback from the customer for the continuous improvement. In this, the skills of the product manager is like, they should be like good at problem solving. They should be like good at market analytics, customer research, right? All these skills they need. But as a project manager, you are responsible for managing that entire project. It can be a one project, it can be multiple projects. And project manager are more responsible for like defining what is the timeline of that particular project. Our product or different projects in track of delivering that timeline? What are the risks involved in that particular project? What is the budget? What is the resource constraint? So they will bring all that together, and then they will inform the different stakeholders whether the project is as per the timeline or not. And if it is not, then they'll inform the product manager or stakeholders. So that's the another role, project manager, please.
Yeah, but as far as my knowledge, product manager is the combination of UX, UI, business and tech.
Yes.
So some person from maybe like from tech and engineering background wants to shift towards product management.
Yes.
So what are the skill sets and what are the things they should need to keep in mind to manage to shift in that role, particular role?
So first of all, I would say as a product manager, or like if you're planning to move from like dev role or the UX design role to a product manager, you need to understand what product is, right? What product manager is, right? You need to understand what are the challenges they're facing, what is they are doing day to day, and what kind of stakeholders they are managing, right? If you're coming from a tech or if you're coming from a UX design, you bring your own assets. You already have some strengths which you bring to the table. And then as a product manager, you have to be like really good at market research. You really have to be good at doing the competition analysis. You really have to be good at understanding the pain point of a customer, having that design principle, design thinking. Just to give you a brief background on what design thinking is. Design thinking is understanding the pain point of a customer using the human-centric approach, right? Stepping in the shoes of a customer and thinking from that point of view that what customer really wants. So you really need to learn all this. Spend some time with your product manager, do some freelancing project under a product manager. Understand what is the pain point that product manager is trying to solve, how they are trying to solve, what is their day-to-day involved, what is the stakeholders they are dealing with, and how they are actually putting the product in the market and bringing the impact in the lives of customers.
And building on this, the question is like, if person is from dev background, engineering background, that skill, that software development skill is going to help that person in any way in product management role when they shift to like, what are those skills that's going to help that person in that particular field?
So definitely they bring a lot of technical skills, right? So when we work on a digital product, let's say, right? So we need product managers to have certain technical skills to know what other technologies being used. That's one thing. Second thing, understanding and putting things in a very simple terms, right? So there are some technical, if you're coming from, not from like technical background or engineering background, you may not be able to connect with the technology in a better way. So that asset or that strength the developer brings. So like, for example, one of the things which I believe a product manager should have is like identify or saying any problem in a very simple terms, right? So if you're already coming from that technology background or you're a developer, then you will be able to understand, oh yes, will I be able to develop this feature using this particular technology or not? So then all that really adds up to your product manager journey. Yeah.
So for those who are aspiring to step in this product management world, what are the things you'll suggest, especially for the freshers here, like to just get out of their college?
Yes.
So what are the things you'll recommend or suggest to them?
I would suggest go and do some certification. And the reason I'm saying that, this will give you a structure of how the different design thinking, design principles work. Second, this will give you a structure of how the agile methodology works, which is very important when we run a product or we develop a product which is required very short period of time, right? Third thing, it will also help you how to negotiate or deal with different stakeholders, right?
Yes.
Which is very, very important for a product manager. Join some online product community groups. Few other things that there are professional groups like on the LinkedIn where you can become a part of the product community. That really helps. Find a mentor. It can be like from your college, like being a developer or has gone into a product management role, or who are just starting as a fresher as a product manager. So find that mentor in your group. And then in my opinion, people are very open these days, right? So if you approach anyone on the LinkedIn saying that, oh, I'm planning to start my career in product management, what do you think should I do, or what is your suggestion? Would you like to spend like 30 minutes with me? I mean, I receive many of these requests on my LinkedIn and I'm always open to help people. So I believe all other people are like that. So I think just be proactive, reach out. Other thing which I have seen people doing is, in my team, is basically they start as a developer, maybe as a fresher, they'll start as a developer. They'll work for 7-8 years there, and then they will go and do an MBA in product management, and then they move to the product management.
Yeah,
So this is another path which I have seen people doing it.
Yeah, that's also a nice.
Yeah, so there are different ways.
So talking about the qualifications, since we are talking about MBA.
Yep.
So do you think that MBA is a necessity to become a product manager?
It's not a necessity. It just give you value, addition value, right? So if so as a product manager, you need to have certain soft skills, right? So
Yes.
because you are dealing with a lot of stakeholders, so you need to have a lot of communication and confidently communicating your issues or why you're building particular product, what's your roadmap, what's your timeline, why you're doing all that, right? So MBA brings that soft skill in you. Going to an MBA school for me is like developing that soft skills and then developing your network. So these two value addition it will bring.
That's really nice actually. Courses will definitely gonna help students and anyone who is going towards this product management role. So talking about more practical aspects of our conversation, what are the salary expectations you think that a product manager should expect?
Yep. So I think the salary, it depends on a lot of factors, right?
Definitely.
It depends on like, what is your experience level? Which stage are you in your career? What is the company you are joining? What is the size of that company? Whether it's a startup, whether it's a large corporate. You get to earn very well as a product manager.
Yeah, like on an average, you can assume like maybe above 15 lakhs, you can assume.
Yes, maybe. I would say yes, definitely.
Depends upon where exactly you're working. Company to vary. Alright, so I'm very curious to know about your day in life as a product manager.
Okay.
What is a typical day in your life looks like?
So I think as a product manager, I feel that I have to be very close to my customer. I have to really know what is working for them, what is not working for them, and how, if something is not working, how can I improve that particular product or that particular feature. So I usually start my day with any feedback from the customer coming, right? So that is one thing I seriously take it. Then second, I would suggest is I do engage a lot with my stakeholders. My stakeholders varies. It can be like the technology or the dev partners, the design, it may be the go-to-market, customer service. And I usually spend a lot of time with them. And the role of those stakeholders varies, right? So if I'm like in a verge of putting a release, then I'll spend more time with my stakeholders such as developer team in order to develop that particular feature and bring it to the launch, right? But if I'm in a very initial stages of my product or a feature, then I will spend a lot of time with my design team because I need to brainstorm with them how might we develop this particular feature that will really add value to my customer. So, and then if I'm on the later part of my journey where my product has already been launched and then I'm waiting for some certain feedback on having that product to move to the adoption stage, then I will spend a lot of time with the go-to-market team and customer service team to make sure that the product is launched and the adoption is being done there. So, and then one most important thing which I also spend time is doing the data analytics for my product. So the data analytics, I just want to give you quick example. So suppose you launch a website, right? So you need to know how many customers are visiting your website. What is the unique customer? What is the engagement rate? What is the dropout rate of that customer? Which feature they're spending more time? So all these data analytics will really help you drive at certain features or certain bringing certain values to your customer. So I think all these, first is spending time with my customer feedback. Second, spending time with my stakeholders, managing them depending on the journey of my product. And thirdly, the data analytics. And then the other thing, I also make sure that I understand the roadmap of product very well. And that involves a lot of coordination with the senior leadership team, right? So and that is very, very important because as a product manager, you have to work with the development team and the development team varies, right? Definitely. You have to really make sure that you are able to explain to your development team, each and every member of your development team, why you are building that particular product, right? Because they also need to know that if they're writing certain code, what is the impact they're bringing to their client. These are few things which I do in my daily routine. And then also, last thing is also writing that requirement very clearly so the dev understands it and build that requirement. So I think for me, working collaboratively with my team, making sure I'm able to stay upbeat with what my customer wants, and then making sure that I'm also in constant touch with the technology, right? So making sure that I'm there, right? Yeah. I am not talking about, I am not talking about 10 years back what's been done. So we have a lot of new technologies coming. So we do a lot of sessions on those technologies as well.
Oh, that's really great. Lastly, I would just like to know what advice you want to give to our audience or people who are going towards this product management role. What do you think?
So I think, first of all, the product management, I mean, I really love being a product manager. And second thing, you have to be, if you're changing your career or if you're looking for this particular field, you have to be persistent. So persistence is the key and problem solver, right? So this is one of the things which I always say, that I'm lucky that I got an opportunity to work in to run a startup from scratch, because that really opened my mind and I really learned a lot of problem solving things. Do we creatively solve it? And then able to serve our customers and bring that impact or value to our customer. And then last thing I would say, just be open to learning, which is very, very important. Be hungry, be open to learning. The technology is changing every day. I would say every 15 minutes or there is not something new coming up. So just be open, read a lot and just ask for help, right? So there are a lot of people who are available online or in professional networks, and just be open to reach out to them. So you have to be open, you have to be proactive. This is your career.
Because I have seen that networking is very important.
Yes, yes.
And if you have a good network, you will definitely have a good people around you. You're definitely going to learn with them.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah. It's a key in today's world, right? So you cannot live without it. And then I think don't be shy. We all are there. We all have to see that we all have to go up together, right? So, maybe in the networking, I may learn something from you, you may learn something from me. It's always an exchange of information. So, and it's always good to get to know other people and learn from them. So, yeah.
Truly. So, thank you so much, Priya, for this amazing insights. And I am definitely sure this is going to help everyone who is watching this video. And thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you so much. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Priya's LinkedIn and everything in the description. You can check it out.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.